Hey tech fans! Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will know everything about the upcoming Pixel 10, Pixel 10 Pro, and the Pixel 10 Pro XL, especially the new colors, pricing, and some pretty big upgrades under the hood. What if Google finally nailed it this time? What if the Pixel 10 is the phone that finally makes people switch from iPhones or Galaxy devices? Well, based on the latest leaks, that might not be too far off. Let's start with the most exciting part. For the very first time, the Pixel 10 series will be powered by a chip that's been designed completely by Google from the ground up. It's called the Tensor G5. And unlike the past Tensor chips, this one won't be borrowing pieces from Samsung's Exynos lineup. That means no more Samsung 5G modems either. Instead, Google has switched to using a modem from MediaTek, and the actual chip will be manufactured by Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, using its third-generation 3nm process. This is a big leap forward from last year's Tensor G4, which was made using Samsung's older 4nm process. Now, you might be wondering, what difference does all this actually make? In simple terms, it should mean faster performance, better power efficiency, and fewer heating issues. And because Google has full control over the chip this time, it also gives them more flexibility to add custom features and optimize the entire Pixel experience. So whether you're playing games, using the camera, or just browsing, everything should feel a lot smoother and smarter. Another big highlight is that the Pixel 10 series is expected to launch with Android 16 right out of the box and get 7 years of updates. That means the phones will keep getting new Android versions all the way up to Android 23. That kind of long-term support is rare in Android phones and could be a strong reason to upgrade or switch from other brands. Now let's talk about the design. A new leak has revealed the possible color options for the new Pixel phones. The regular Pixel 10 might come in Obsidian, which is basically black, a new blue shade, a purple color called Iris, and a bright yellow version named Limoncello. As for the Pixel 10 Pro and the Pixel 10 Pro XL, they're expected to be available in Obsidian again, along with green, sterling, which is a gray tone, and porcelain, a soft white. As for the pricing, it looks like Google is sticking with familiar numbers. The Pixel 10 is rumored to start at $799, the same price as the Pixel 9. The Pixel 10 Pro could start at $999, and the Pixel 10 Pro XL might begin at $1,199, which is $100 more than last year's XL model.
You've probably heard the buzz. Google is getting ready to release the Pixel 10, and it's already one of the most talked about smartphones of 2025. This year is special because it marks a full decade since the first Pixel launched, and Google seems ready to make a statement. With some major improvements and a few unexpected changes, the Pixel 10 is shaping up to be a phone worth talking about. So, what exactly is new, and what might make you pause before upgrading? First up, there's a brand new chip inside, Google's Tensor G5. This chip is a big deal because it's the first one completely made by Google, from start to finish. Built using a 3nm process by TSMC, the Tensor G5 should bring faster speeds and better power efficiency. That means smoother performance and longer battery life. However, being the first chip of its kind, there might be some rough edges early on, which is something to keep in mind. Another notable change is in the camera setup. For the first time, the regular Pixel 10, not just the Pro model, is expected to come with a telephoto lens. If you enjoy taking zoomed-in shots without losing quality, this could be great news. Reports say it might be the same 11-megapixel sensor used in the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, which could offer clear zoom photos on a base model for the first time, but not everything is moving forward. The main camera might take a small step back. Rumors suggest that Google could replace last year's sensor with Samsung's GN8 sensor, which isn't quite as powerful. This change could bring the Pixel 10's camera performance closer to what we saw in the Pixel 9a, rather than the more premium Pixel 9. The ultra-wide camera may also be downgraded, with the Sony IMX7-on2 sensor making a return instead of the newer IMX858. These choices hint that Google might be saving its best camera hardware for the higher-end Pro versions this year. That said, where Google is really pushing ahead is with artificial intelligence. The Pixel 10 is expected to include several AI-powered features that aim to make everyday tasks easier and more creative. Tools like Video Generative ML will allow smarter video edits, while Speak to Tweak lets you adjust photos using just your voice. There's also something called Sketch to Image, which transforms rough drawings into realistic-looking pictures. All of these features will be powered by the new Tensor chip, showing how much focus Google is placing on AI this year. Another subtle but meaningful improvement is coming to the screen. If you're someone who gets eye strain from screen flickering, this will matter to you. Google might be increasing the Pixel 10's PWM, pulse width modulation rate, to around 492 Hz, compared to the Pixel 9's 240 Hz. A higher PWM rate means the screen will flicker less, which is easier on the eyes, especially for those who are sensitive to it. Is Huawei about to launch a phone with a 200-megapixel periscope camera? A new leak says that Huawei might be testing one of the most powerful smartphone zoom cameras ever. If true, this could change the way we think about mobile photography, especially for people who love to zoom in without losing detail. According to a trusted source on Weibo, Huawei is testing a 200-megapixel periscope telephoto lens. While the leak didn't name Huawei directly at first, it's now being reported that the company is seriously considering this upgrade for its future flagship phones. The lens in question isn't just about big numbers, it has real benefits. With a periscope camera, phones can zoom much farther than normal without using digital tricks that lower quality. This new 200-megapixel sensor is said to offer between 3 times to 10 times optical zoom. That means you could take a close-up shot of a mountain far away and still get incredible detail. Huawei has done this before. The older P40 Pro Plus already had a 10 times optical zoom camera, and it was praised for its sharpness and clarity. Now it looks like the company might be ready to take things even further with the upcoming Mate 80 series. That said, don't expect this new camera to arrive immediately. Huawei is about to release its Pura 80 series in June, and it's unlikely. The new lens will be ready in time. Since testing seems to have just begun, the first phone with this lens will probably be part of the Mate 80 Ultra or another high-end model later this year. The leak also suggests that only the most expensive version, likely the Ultra or top-tier variant, will get the 200-megapixel camera. Other models in the same lineup might not get the upgrade and may instead feature simpler lenses or even a small screen on the back depending on the model. There's another reason Huawei might be thinking about this big move. Rival companies like Xiaomi and Vivo are already offering phones with 200-megapixel cameras, such as the Xiaomi 15 Ultra and the Vivo X200 Pro. Huawei might not want to fall behind in this competition, especially in the premium phone market. Still, nothing is official yet. Huawei hasn't confirmed any of these leaks, and plans can always change during testing. But it does raise expectations for what's next from the company, and it shows that Huawei is still trying to push boundaries, especially when it comes to camera tech. It's also worth remembering that Huawei has often been one of the first to bring advanced camera features to smartphones. From periscope zoom to large sensors, the company has led the way in making phones that can almost match pro cameras in certain situations. If this new 200-megapixel lens becomes a reality, it would be another big step in that direction. For now, we'll just have to wait and see if these leaks turn out to be true. But one thing is clear. Smartphone cameras are getting more powerful than ever, and Huawei isn't backing down. If you found this update useful, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll keep bringing you the latest news, leaks, and updates from the tech world, especially about camera, phones, foldables, and flagship launches. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.